Good morning, guys. So I'm having a homemade cinnamon roll. Good timing. I don't know if it's. Maybe I'll wait a little bit. But I got 20 more seconds. Should be good. This plate in here of homemade cinnamon rolls. You can't see it very well there, I guess. Homemade cinnamon rolls. Some have like the pecans on them, and some are just plain. And I might make some of my homemade cookies for them too. They might like that. But anyway, they gave me some of each. I almost said my host dad. The dad of the boy that I watch. They made him and his sister and his parents, and he said he alone makes 10 dozen, and then his like parents make like 24 dozen or something. But I'm going to have one this morning. He said that some people eat them, wait till Christmas morning to eat them, and some people just go ahead and eat them as soon as they get home. I want to try them, and I figure Christmas morning we can make our own stuff. That's kind of part of the magic of Christmas morning. Not really magic, but part of the fun of Christmas morning is like getting up and making your own stuff. Actually, now that I think about it, we're going to be going to, hopefully, going to Brett's dad's Christmas morning before church. I think that's the plan, actually. So we'll be going and eating lunch or breakfast there. We could make some of the breakfast, but either way we're going there, so probably won't have these. So it's better that I eat them now, right? Although I'm just eating one now. I'll probably eat one like every morning or something and let him have a couple. But having a cinnamon roll and milk, and do I have to carry this and talk at the same time? Probably not. Maybe I could do one at a time. I had a weird dream last night where I've had a similar dreams before, but they're never exactly the same. I was at the middle school that I went to when I was in middle school, and which is in Kenton, and there we go. And each time I have to like try my locker more than once and like find my locker, and then like double check for the locker code and stuff. I think that's a similar thing with all of them, is that I have to go to my locker and try to figure it out. So maybe it's something to do with that that's similar, that causes it to be reoccurring. Something in my life that's just not figured out or something. But I went to a class, and they asked like me and some mutual friend, well, me and Jenny and some mutual friend of ours, that I don't remember who it was in the, or had picked to take the class together, had like signed up for the class together, and me and the other girl were in there. I don't know if it was Kristen or who it was, but Jenny wasn't in there, and I wasn't surprised because in real life, and I guess carried over into the dream, Jenny has moved to Spain. So I didn't really expect her to be there. I mean, part of me was hoping, I guess, but didn't really expect her to be, and she wasn't. And the teacher had said something to me about we're getting ready to have this party or get-together thing, some kind of fun-ish, more fun rather than work-related thing at like my house or something. And so the teacher came up to me and kind of told me what I needed to do in a friendly way. Told me what I needed to do in order for her to be able to get into the party. Like I needed to talk to so-and-so and set it up that she could come in and stuff or whatever. Because she hadn't made it to class yet, and so if she showed up to the party, the teacher wanted to make sure that Jenny was able to get in. I don't know if it was going to have gates or why I would have to do that stuff, because if it was at my house, she'd just be able to come in. In my house, by my house, I mean my parents' house, because I was in middle school, and I lived in my parents' house. So that's the house that I when I thought of her, the party being at my house. In fact, speaking of which, of my house, this is our house. This lovely thing here is our house. And I don't know, I think you have seen my parents' house. Well, maybe not you, but I have videos that are in my parents' house. So it's possible for you to see at least part of my parents' house. But anyway, there was after Thanksgiving, like the weekend after or something, Brett's aunt asked me how Thanksgiving went at my house. And when she asked me, I thought of my house as my parents' house type thing, like as in like Kenton. And so I started to like tell her kind of how it went at my grandma's house in Kenton. That is like my mom's side of the family and stuff. And she's like, and like she kind of cut on, and she was like, I thought you had Thanksgiving at your house. And I was like, oh, I did. I was thinking of my house as my parents' house. She's like, well, you're married now. You don't live with your parents. Although, mind you, and I'm not saying anything against her because it's true, but I mean, I'm not just not living with my parents because I'm married. I haven't lived with my parents since, we'll say since I graduated from college, because I lived in a dorm during college, but during the summer I would go home most summers. Charlie's eyeing my food. So we'll say since I graduated college in 2013, and it's been almost 4 years, like 3.5 years since I graduated college. So it's not just that I'm married that I'm not living with my parents anymore. I lived with my brother for a year. I lived in my own apartment for a year. I lived, well, in Marysville, and then I lived in Delaware for a year in my own apartment. So it's been a while, but sometimes I still think of my house as my parents' house, because it was my house for a lot longer than any of these places have been. I've lived in different places for only 1 year since graduating college. So there's that. Anyway, I need to eat because I gotta get going. I don't even know what time it is, and I think I left my phone in the kitchen. Okay, I'll see you later.